What's going on, guys? This is Zach back at it again with another video. Today's going to be all about meal prepping. I'm going to be showing you guys two different versions of my favorite meals on the go. They're quick and easy. You can prep a lot in a very short amount of time with very little cleanup. Super clean foods. I don't use a lot of condiments or spices. Just a little bit of salt and pepper here. But I'm going to show you everything right now what I do based on the ingredients that I have. We're looking at chicken, sausages, quinoa and brown rice mix, some chicken patties, a couple bell peppers, broccoli, and sweet potatoes. All very easily obtainable items, guys. Grocery store, Costco. I get all this stuff from Costco. Really good in bulk because I prepare my food in bulk with meal prepping. So I'm gonna show you how to do that right now. Stay tuned. All right, guys, so I just got done cleaning and trimming off my sweet potatoes, and then I realized I never hit record on the camera. So unfortunately, I can't go dirty them up and put this half of the skins back on. Let me just show you what I got going on so far. So I cut off all the majority of the blemishes. There's still some on there, but a little dirt, little dark spots don't hurt. I trimmed off all the edges just because that's a pet peeve of mine. I laid out foil on every single one. I'm gonna go ahead and stab it with a fork in 3 different areas. I got the oven set to 400 degrees. I'm gonna wrap these bad boys up, put them on a cookie sheet, and I'll show you what that looks like here in a second. All right, guys, so just doing a voiceover recording makes things a little bit easier when doing my meal prep. I have this in 2x speed just to go through everything on a quicker basis. As you can see right now, I'm stabbing each sweet potato 3 times based on the size of it. It's going to help it cook more evenly, and it's going to make sure that the middle, it doesn't come out crunchy and the outside comes out super soft. So fold everything up in tin foil, put on a cookie sheet. I have the oven set to 400 degrees. I'm going to be cooking them for about an hour and 15 minutes, or based on how done they are. So I'm going to take a fork and stab them in about an hour after everything's completely done, and we'll see how well it is. You'll see me mash them all up at the very end as well, because I like to mash mine and not bake them. Guys, sweet potatoes are now in the oven. Now it's time to drop the chicken. I boil my chicken, so I have the water boiling right now. Let's drop it in and let's keep going. Alright, guys, so my preference for chicken is boiling it. I used to cook them all on a Traeger, and as much as that tastes super good, boiling is just easier for eating purposes. I don't spend a lot of time eating. I usually just eat super quick, which is the reason why I mash my sweet potatoes as well, because they're so much easier for me to inhale. So shredding my chicken at the very end is usually what I like to do, and boiling it just makes it so much better. At the very end, you'll see me cut it up with a knife, but that's only because I don't have my other hand. I usually shred it all together. Alright, so this is the preparation of my second meal. So my first meal is broccoli, sweet potatoes, and chicken. This one is actually a medley of jalapeno cheddar sausages, chicken patties, red bell peppers, and the quinoa and brown rice mix. So for flavor purposes, I like to add chicken breast and sausage links combined. There's a little higher fat content in the sausages, but that's totally fine. Everything else is super lean, so I don't really worry too much. I'm a big boy, so I need my calories anyway. So I take my peppers, I take my meat and I cut it all up first, dice it all up, as you can just see, put it in a nice saute pan, get those cooking. They're obviously pre-cooked already, but just to get a nice caramelization on each side. If you haven't seen the YouTube video on Gordon Ramsay, how to cut a bell pepper, please check it out, because that's what I'm doing right here. I'm a bell pepper ninja. I used to just cut those things in half. Seeds fly everywhere, make them a huge mess, but now I'm a freaking pro. So anyway, check it out if you haven't seen it already. Dice up the bell peppers, throw those on top of the sausage and chicken patties while they're cooking. We'll close the lid here in a minute once I get done cooking all these things up or cutting them up. Show you what they look like, nice and pretty. It also adds a lot of aesthetics to your meal. Everything just kind of looks bland after a while, eating the same thing. So it adds some color, adds some different flavors. Try mixing it up too. I'll throw different flavors of the sausages in there. It's not always the same kinds, but as you can see there, and here in a minute on the next clip, I'll have us show you what it looks like cooking as well, and a pro tip at the very end. Alright, you already know what time it is. It's broccoli. Yes, everyone eats broccoli. Well, if you don't, you should. It's very filling. It's very cheap. It's green. Everything, gotta love the green things. So right now I'm cutting them up into nice bite-sized pieces, ensuring that all pieces are roughly the same size. Cutting off the majority of the stems as well. You want to make sure they're all roughly the same size, just to make sure the cooking is consistent. Kind of like the sweet potatoes, you don't want a ton of overcooked broccoli and then some of it still super crunchy. So that's why I'm going through and cutting them all up right here. They are really quick to cook. That's why it's one of the last things that I start. Alright guys, about 20 minutes worth of preparation, and my food's all cooking right now. All I gotta do is assemble it. That's the only thing I have left to do once it's done cooking, obviously. For those of you who say they don't have a lot of time, just like myself, this is just pure evidence that you can get this done in a very short amount of time. The only thing that takes time is just waiting for it to cook, which right now my son just woke up and now he is hanging out with me. He was a little cranky after his nap, so I had about a 5-minute span where I had food cooking and baby crying, and then you got to figure out what to do. In that case, here he is. Say hello, Beckham. Beckham, say hello, YouTube. Hey, bud. Hey. Hey. He's a little camera shy. Or he's staring at my cat, who's trying to eat the broccoli remains, which is fine because she needs to lose weight anyway. So anyways, let's check it out, guys. So really quick, we got our chicken patties with sausages and red and yellow bell peppers cooking. We got our broccoli steaming. Don't want to leave the steam out. Got my 4 chicken breasts rocking right now. Got up in here, I have the sweet potatoes, all 6 of them, rocking and rolling. They're really big, so it's gonna last me quite a long time, probably for the whole week. Other than that, guys, all we gotta do left is let everything cook. Oh, whoops, here we go. We gotta get that rolling. 90 seconds is all it takes. Just basically one of these bad boys, quinoa and brown rice. Get these from Costco. They come in a, I wanna say 6-pack or maybe 4-pack. But it's about 2 servings in a bag, which is about 50 grams of carbs per serving, 6 grams of protein in the quinoa. But it's good flavor, it's with garlic, so you don't need to add anything to it. And I do this with my peppers and chicken patties and sausage combined. And then do my sweet potatoes and broccoli with chicken for my other meals. So let's let that cook, and let's keep going. All right, guys, one quick pro tip when it comes to the peppers and sausages. They tend to get really dry out in the next day or 2 when you're eating it. So my suggestion, add about a cup of water. You see all that boiling right there? Let's close this lid up. Let it cook just like that, but all that water is gonna get absorbed into the peppers and into the sausages and chicken patties. And it's gonna hold moisture a lot longer, and it's gonna make it taste better for the next couple days. All right, so food assembly, right? So it's really easy. The first meal right here, I already told you, is the brown rice, quinoa, red, bell peppers, and the chicken sausages. So taking 2 packages, that makes 4 meals. So split it in half. Basically, it's really easy. I take about 1.5 scoops of the vegetable and protein mix. With the quinoa, it's about 45 grams of protein and 50 grams of carbs for the meal. So, I try to average between 40 and 50 for each of my macros for my carbohydrates and my protein intake per meal. And then my second set of meals, which is more of the bulk items, you have your broccoli, chicken, and sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes haven't finished yet. They're still cooking, but right now I like to combine everything and then kind of do a little bit of cleanup and then go back and put the sweet potatoes in there. Put my sweet potatoes in a big bowl, all mashed together, because that tends to have the majority of surplus. Again, those 6 potatoes will last me 14 meals, or roughly, the entire week, as long as I'm eating them consistently. So again, this is going to be about 40 grams of protein, 50 grams of carbs. Right here, guys, that was my unwrapping of my sweet potatoes. Nothing special, just a little bit darker than when you first saw. But you can see how easy it is for me to cut them and mash them up right then and there. And again, it's just easier for me to eat it that way. I don't spend a lot of time eating, so especially these kind of meals, there's nothing special to it. You just open the container and just shovel your food in, right? It's just fuel. So then I'm just taking the rest of the sweet potatoes just whole, putting them in the bowl as one by one, and I mash up as I go. I leave all the skins on because skin doesn't bother me. If skin bothers you, just peel them completely when you do your preparation in the beginning, but it's just less work for me to have to do. I'm not really big worried about it. But as you can see, putting them all in foil makes them cook faster, more efficient, but it's also less cleanup. I put them in the oven one time without being completely wrapped and not on a cookie sheet, and a bunch of the juices went everywhere and burnt the bottom of my oven. I don't advise that. So that's the final look at those. Final look at that one. It's pretty easy, guys.
Alright guys, so that was my meal prep video. If you liked it, and if you didn't like it, give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more videos coming out soon. If you have any questions or any comments you'd like to leave them down below. Other than that, thanks.